All right, welcome back from the break. We have our guest in the studio, Samuel Amedo of Goal.com. He's right here. Female football writer, or rather, okay, I have to coin it that way because that's what the only thing you do these days. Good morning, and it's good to have you. Okay.
I just hope you're not trying to get at me this early morning. Yeah, good to be here. It's a pleasure.
Not really.
Always nice being here to talk women's football.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Now, so before we get to him, right, let's take a look at the results from what happened yesterday across Africa. Super Falcons of Nigeria, of course, got to the next round. One team, surprise, surprise, South Africa couldn't even make it through. But then confirmation of the one of the Super Falcons, Algeria won it. Asisato Shola, 57th minute goal was all we needed for us to consolidate on what we did in the first leg.
Right.
2-0 right there in Algeria. We came back home and got another goal. It was 3-0. Samuel, as we mentioned earlier, you were there. In this particular game for the Super Falcons. I mean, it wasn't really what we expected.
Yeah, well, it was definitely not what we expect, especially understanding the fact that the Algerians too were keen to advance. And the truth is, we just definitely need to always show respect to our opponents, regardless of whatever result we've gotten anyway. And definitely the first leg advantage we had, the 2-0 lead we had in Algeria, definitely gave us enough reasons to, which for me is inexcusable, gave us enough reasons to feel comfortable home and again think we really could have it all go easy for us, probably run them over. But honestly, it wasn't what we expected. And I think you need to give credit to the Algerians. They really had a very quality game plan, and I couldn't imagine if we had put up the same home-based players we put up in Algeria and think we could have beaten them with the quality they put up at the Agege Stadium. They overwhelmed us, they outplayed us, and the only area they really couldn't really do well is probably having a point man that really gets the goals.
Right?
And so,
hang on a minute there, Samuel. Hang on a minute. Wait. The home-based players that went to Algeria, they got a very comfortable win. 2-0.
It wasn't really comfortable.
All right, well, it was a 2-0 win, right? They got the results. Now you're saying if they had come back home and it was just them, they would have struggled to beat Algeria. Is that what you're saying? Because the coach ended up introducing all those foreign stars, and it was an almighty struggle.
For me, you really can't look at it that way.
Okay,
we had the same experience in 2015. We just can't forget so quickly that we failed to qualify for the Olympics in 2015 because we were missing quite a lot of key players, and we felt comfortable. We played a 1-1 draw in Abuja against Equatorial Guinea in the third round and went to collapse in Equatorial Guinea, Malabo, 2-1. And we never had Asisato Shola then. We never had Onomebi, and unfortunately, we couldn't have a quality replacement that really could get those goals for us. And unfortunately for those countries too, they had their full strength, and they took advantage of our lack of quality and sent us packing. The same problem is costing South Africa right now. Well, obviously, they never learned from the setback Nigeria suffered. And for me, I give credit to the NFL for really doing well to ensure that we have these 6 foreign-based players.
Wow.
Tell me if Asisa was in the game.
Wow.
Who will have scored the goal?
So,
if you watch the first leg game, I did watch.
Yeah, okay.
I did watch.
Yes.
The first goal was an own goal. And the own goal, yes, it could happen.
It could happen.
It was an error. And it was from a cross from the left wing that while trying to get it out, the defender got it into his own net. And the second goal was a masterclass from Amarachi Okonkwo from a long-range effort. And he called the goalkeeper.
Yes, fantastic.
Watch yesterday, we were trying to even break them down within the park. It was difficult. Except for that brilliant solo run from Asisat. And for me, I think you need to give credit to when you have your quality legs, especially going into rounds that you now have to play against experienced teams. Teams like Cote d'Ivoire, teams like Cameroon. Cameroon yesterday were held at home to a goalless draw by Ethiopia. You could wonder. They had all their foreign-based players. The FIFA Postcard Award nominee, in person of Aguirre Nakaus, was there. They couldn't get a goal on their home ground and only had to qualify on away goal route. 1-1 they played in the first leg. So you need to understand that the game at this level is becoming very much exciting. It's a great progress for women's football in Africa. And for me, I think competitions like this, teams that are more purposeful get an advantage of going through at this level. They may not necessarily qualify because, like It happened for Equatorial Guinea in 2015. They didn't end up qualifying. South Africa took advantage of their funny mistakes because they had to do away with some Nigerians having these nationality issues, and that cost them. They won in South Africa and later lost at home
I see what you're saying, but I just don't like how you're trying to take something away from the performance.
For me, the performance was awful. That's nobody will want to defend that. The performance was awful. The girls themselves.
And as with the introduction of the 6 foreign players.
Sam, let me come here. I think watching the game yesterday. I mean, I spoke with some of these players. Some of them came in on Sunday. I mean, they came in on Sunday. They just had Monday to train together and all that. So if you look and you're playing a game the next day.
Close.
So sometimes they don't even know each other's names.
For me, it wasn't a factor. It wasn't a factor. The major issue I could raise there was one. You had 6 players coming in, except for the goalkeeper. The 5 new players coming in were just playing with the team for the first time, especially the foreign-based players.
That's the point.
You have Regina Otu, and the truth is, nobody hears such excuses. We have a team. Nobody cares to hear about that. But by the time you start putting those issues or raising those matters, you definitely have a reason to defend them. But at the same time, for me, it was inexcusable playing uninspiringly in front of your home fans, especially against a team everyone expected you to run over. But again, it's football. Right. And at the same time, I think for the coach too, he definitely has to be very disappointed with what he saw. And the truth is, I take a lot of positives from the game. Seeing the quality of players, home-based players we saw, who put themselves on display yesterday, the likes of Regina Otu, and these are quality players. Margaret Etim, I don't know. It seems like these players were unavoidably absent when we were preparing for the World Cup, and for me, they showed us yes, they could really come to the party to dance, and they really impressed. And for me, I think it's a lot of positives we could hold on to going into the upcoming rounds, which is even very much close to us now. So we're having Cote d'Ivoire and having Cameroon most likely next. So I think it's really a packed qualifying series for all, and then we need them now to start blending so that they can get more better going into the
fair point. Let's take a listen to the coach of the team now, Thomas Dennerby, as like you have pointed out, he is not very satisfied with that display of the Super Falcons yesterday against Algeria.
To be honest, I'm satisfied with their performance today. The defense was okay, but the attacking game was not good today. Too many touches on the ball, too slow runnings, slow decision making, bad timing in passes and the one that we should receive the ball. And we made a football game so much more difficult than it really is. But I think maybe we have the feeling since the away game that they were a little bit too granted. That we will make it. And exactly you have that feeling in your mind, you will not perform 100%. You should never ever underestimate your opponents. That's rule 1 in football, because no one is that good that you can play on 85 or 90% of your capacity and think you beat other teams. You need to play on 100%.
Yes, Thomas Dennerby, not too impressed with the Falcons' display, and basically saying they need to up their game in the very next round, as the 3rd round of qualifiers is going to be against Cote d'Ivoire. We'll come to that later on. Back to you, Cecilia and Samuel. I mean, what else? The players have been saying almost the same thing as well. So it's like everyone is on the same page, in terms of agreeing that wasn't a vintage performance from the Falcons. They could have done a lot better.
Yeah, for me, I think it's great. I think one key thing is we just need to respect our opponents more and at least put up the right attitude. Again, going against teams like that. Algeria, no regards, regardless of their pop outing at the Women's Cup of Nations.
Were they disappointed?
Definitely, they won't be. But again, I think the assisted goal too, at least, really was wonderful. At least playing in front of our home fans, it was just vindicating that she was able to score and at least replicate the class she has shown at Barcelona in the last 1 month. And I think it's fair enough too that it's the home team. We really couldn't able to get a win, because it was tough for other teams. But Algeria, we knew they are very technical side, and they showed that. They showed great technique, and understanding that we are also having players that were coming from different backgrounds, coming to in a rush, trying to play, get to understand
A lot of them first time out since the World Cup.
Yeah,
since the World Cup, the foreign
definitely.
stars.
So it's really going to be tough. And for me, I give kudos to Thomas for just trying to create that mix. And you know, it's quite uneasy, but you know, we just feel very comfortable and carry this mentality that our home base can always do it. We are far away from getting there. We just need to take our time, relax, start building. And I'm glad there are quite a number of players who really try to at least gain a regular place in the team, which for me it's great prospects for the players and also for the team.
Yeah, just pictures from the supporters club. Unfortunately, it was like 4 of them. I mean, all of them want to support the Super Falcons, and they were 4. You saw them at the stadium. 4 different factions and all that. The more, the merrier. Just trying to cheer the girls to victory.
Can never have too much support.
Almost saying now what?
Trying out a chaotic scene.
Yeah, you were very
they had
close to the
stop.
scene. Yeah,
Stop them at some point.
And all that different. But then it was a cool one because the girls were happy with that one. All right, let's listen to Ngozi Okobi. You know, one of the players also not happy with the performance of the team.
This is not Super Falcons that just came back from the World Cup. I mean, it's a lot of work to do right now because now we're trying to blend with the home base, so it's really, really difficult right now. This game is an eye-opener for us, so we need to do our best. We need to give out like our all. I don't care if it's professionals or the home base. We need to work extra hard to get the best for the team because this is not what Super Falcons should do as a team. This is not what we did in the summer, and we need to do more. We need to work hard to get this done because we need to qualify for these Olympics. There are good players in this team. There's a girl I like so much in the middle. She's really a good player I wish to play more with, and more home-based players that are really in this team. We need to work, like I said, we just need to work more, work really hard to make it better, to keep it going, because we might not have opportunity to have the foreign-based players in the team in the next leg. So we just need to do our best, and this is more to the home-based players. You get opportunity, grab it and use it very well.
Get the opportunity, grab it, use it, and get into the main team. That's what she's telling the home-based players. And also the fact that opportunity for the girls to come together and play. As she mentioned, and you mentioned that earlier also, they may not have the opportunity to have all the girls coming together to play again, talking about other games and all. They may just be busy at their various clubs. Because of the international break, that's why they have the opportunity to really come and help the home-based girls to play a good game. And the fact that there may not be any friendlies, you know, they don't have opportunity to always be together all the time. So whenever the coach gets opportunity, the girls are available, always bring them in. So, I mean, we won't really fault him for bringing the top stars, you know,
no, for me, I think, like I just said earlier, we've always fall under this impression that our home base, we can always achieve anything. And the truth is, we seem to have forgotten so soon that we had same impression in the last 2 campaigns we missed out. And we seem to have focused or prioritized the AFCON. And then we made the Olympics, which for me, it's equivalent to the World Cup. And even for many countries do rate the Olympics higher than the World Cup because you have you have quite a number of nations coming in, and you have also going to be, you're going to have massive followership. And the attention too on the football game, it's also more huge than other sports. So for me, a lot of countries, we really prioritize Olympics ahead of the world. But same time, I think it's fair. Thomas puts his neck on the line. He wants his foreign-based players, and for me, he might be disappointed with the performance. But same time, I think he has a lot of positives to draw from the game.
All right.
Okay, let's listen to Asisat now, also talking about this game.
Just want to help my team, make sure we get a goal, and then that can actually give us confidence to play better, and which we actually did, but we're just unlucky to score more goals. But I think it's just our first game together after the World Cup, so it's been really difficult, and it's not all the old team, you know. Just have a couple of home-based players with foreign players, and then to play together for like 3 days, I think that's not enough for us, but we try to pull something out. I don't think there's anything like guaranteeing when it comes to football professionally, because each team gets better every year, and each team needs to get better every round. So I think we just have to give our best and make sure we try harder.
Yeah, that's the key, try harder. And the Falcons also had a special guest, you know, when they had a special guest, two special guests, in fact. The sports minister, Sunday Dare, was there, and also the Minister for Women's Affairs. She was also there to cheer the girls to victory. And after that, you know, the sports minister, we had to ask him some questions concerning the Super Falcons. Here's what he had to say.
In Morocco, the under-21 gold for the first time in 12 years. Today, we also saw the class of soccer they played, a high level of competency and professionalism. So it shows that we have the commanding power of the female soccer on the African continent. I think the template to develop soccer, both for the men and the women, is the same. And it's simply that we're going to provide the best training facilities. We're going to look at their welfare to make sure they are well paid. We're going to work with the federations to make sure that they get the requisite trainings that they need. So the template is the same. The template for victory is the same. Consistency, keep them together as a team, pay their allowances on time, and their general welfare, make sure you take care of that.
Yeah, I love that. I love the final part, allowances and all that. But then someone is also talking about the fact that they will try as much as possible to support the girls. Let's listen to the Minister for Women's Affairs also.
And I know they will go places. This is just the beginning of many, many great things that will come their way. And we are here with the Honorable Minister of Sports to give them all the necessary support.
Yeah, what kind of support are you pledging for the girls?
Our presence here has shown enough support, but we will still arrange a special package for them.